Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your monthly tarot forecast for the month of September 2022. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And please go check out the other videos that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. That way you'll get a much more dynamic picture of what's going on with you this month and for all of the weekly forecasts that we do here as well. So let's get started and see what Aquarius needs to know for this month. And we start out with the 10 of Discs. Let's see where that 10 of Discs is going to take us today. Okay, right away I see that there is going to be some good fortune in terms of your finances. I think you're going to see a lot of increase in general in your finances, in your bank account, in your wealth, your business, your work, employment, career. All of that stuff I think is going to be increasing. We see the 10 of Discs here. The keyword is wealth. So I think you're really going to see some changes in terms of your finances overall in general from different avenues this month, okay? And the reason why I think it's going to be so great is we have that Wheel of Fortune card. So that is saying that there really is an upswing in all of this coming for you this month. I think in terms of your work or your career, your investments, your property, your finances, even your health, I think, and your bank account, your cash, everything is going to be on the rise. Everything is going to see a lot of increase and good fortune this month. That's it. Reading is over. We're done. Well, there's some more cards here. So let's see if there are any other factors, if there's any other information or energy or anything else that we can read about this. I'm seeing a lot of cards here initially that tell me that things weren't always that great. Okay, I think there are probably some upsetting factors going on in your life. We see right away, we see these two fives. We see the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. Now this is some upset in emotions, in your relationships with other people, mental stress and anxiety, and this maybe conflict in terms of your communication with someone. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not. I don't see any signs here one way or the other, to be honest with you. So I really couldn't say. But what I can say is that there is some emotional turmoil, there is some mental stress going on. And where that's coming from, it could be directly related to this financial situation. Maybe things in August or even the first part of September don't seem that good. You're starting to lose hope. You've started to lose faith. You're not very confident or optimistic at this point, and it's starting to really wear on you and affect you. Okay, and I think that's something to be aware of with these two fives, 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords. It doesn't seem like things are in a really good place for you. Again, maybe August wasn't that great. Maybe going into September, things weren't looking all that wonderful. But again, in September, this is the vibe for September. This is your wealth and finances. And your business, career, employment, everything is going to just have a surge of good fortune, good luck, and it's going to be built up. It's going to increase. You're going to see a lot of success there. I feel with this kind of energy that it is such a drastic kind of contrast between these two kind of disappointing, pessimistic cards into these two cards, right? So you're going from this to this, and I think that's fantastic. I think it's really going to be that important and that obvious and that just wonderful welcome relief in this upturn of your fortune. This just like the fortunes are turning, like the wheel is really turning in your favor this month. So if there's been some disappointment and some defeats or failure or just like this pessimism, right, this kind of loss of hope in the past or going on currently, I think all that's going to change in September and things are really going to be on the upswing for you. And that is really exciting. Another factor that I see is, is this card, is this 8 of Cups. And this is kind of really a loss of hope, a loss of interest, a loss of enthusiasm, just that real pessimism that we saw with these 5s too. And now we're getting a little bit more of it here. So I think that that really is kind of what's been going on with you, is this loss of hope, loss of interest, loss of any kind of enthusiasm for this, because it just seems like it's just not working and things are not going well. So I think that's where you're coming from. And this is, again, this is just kind of echoing what I've already said. I don't think I need to repeat it too many times. But with that being said, you know, we still have this upturn, this swing of emotions. The wheel is turning in your favor for this month, and that is super exciting. In the immediate future, we have the Chariot. So I think this really is you now, building up all of this energy and power and strength and security around you. I think you're really able to fortify yourself. You're really able to take this increase of wealth, this success, these good fortunes that are coming your way, and you're able to put them to really good use. Put it where it needs to go to build up yourself, to secure yourself, to fortify your life. And this is going to be how you prepare for the future. Right? It's not the end of the road for you. I really think you're just getting started. And I think all of this kind of loss of hope, this pessimism that we see over here with these cards, I think through this kind of upturn of your fortunes, this increase of your health and your wealth, I think it's really going to allow you to prepare for the future. You know, like I said, that's not the end of the road for you. I think you are literally just getting started on your journey. And I think the Chariot really is showing that you've done the work, it's paying off now, you're able to take care of what you need and get things that you need and fortify yourself, fortify your life, and to get ready for the next phase, whatever it is that's coming in your life, whatever work you're involved in, you're preparing for the next phase of that. So this really was just preparation, and now the fortunes are changing and you've got to get ready for the real work. The real adventure is about to begin. You know, so that right there, I think, is a really good outlook for September. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to this channel. It's because of all of you that we're able to keep doing this, and the channel's really growing, and I appreciate you all for that. Okay, moving on to some other cards here. We have the Eon card, the Last Judgment, the rebirth, the reawakening, the next step into the future, the kind of closing the book on the past life, or at least moving on to the next definite chapter of our book, right? So with this Eon card, it really does reinforce that idea that I was feeling, that this is all just preparation for what's coming next for you. And with the Judgment or Eon card, this really is about the next step, the next phase, the next cycle in life, in the universe, you know. So it's maybe not so much the next chapter, but it's just you're starting a whole new book now. Okay, so it really is going to be a major change in your life, and you know, you might still be headed in the same direction. You might have always kind of known, and that's a little bit here with this Chariot card. You may have always known where you're going. You know what quest you're on, what adventure you have. You know where your life is headed and where you want to go. You have no doubt about it. But now it's really time to get started with that. You've done all this preparation, and now you've got fortune on your side. And, you know, but call it destiny, call it fate, call it just good luck, good fortune. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. I just care that it's happening, and that you're seeing this upswing, and that the wheels are turning in your favor, and you're going to get on with the next phase, the next chapter, the next book in your story even. Okay, so we really see that it's a definite shift, crossing that threshold into this new arena, this new adventure, this new phase of your adventure. And I think there really has, I feel like you come from a place where maybe you really started out with nothing. Maybe you really come from just, you know, kind of humble beginnings, right? And I think that you've always put your heart and soul into the work that you're doing, and even though in the past it may not have really paid off the way you wanted it to, or the way you kind of hoped that it would, but I think you kept at it. I think you kept doing it, and you have like a really solid heart, and you never lost that. And while now you're losing a little bit of hope and you're being a little bit pessimistic, I think you've been feeling a little disappointed or defeated by things, I don't think you've ever given up. I don't think you'll ever consider anything you do a failure, as long as you don't give up and you keep trying, you keep working hard, right? And so that's the vibe that I'm getting from this Seven of Discs, is that you've met with disappointment and failure in the past. You may come from humble beginnings. Things may have gotten off to a slow start in terms of your, your career success, your financial, success. But it's happening now. And I think September really is the month for you where all of this is really going to come to a head, and you're going to be able to, ride that chariot into the next phase, the next book in your own story. Okay, and again, so I think this is just kind of saying where you've come from, what environment that you found yourself in life is one of just, I think, humble origins, but you have a very strong work ethic, and you've always worked hard, you've never given up, and that's part of your success, right? As much as we can call it fate or destiny, I think in a large part it's up to us how we manifest that and how we utilize whatever luck or destiny we have. I think it's up to us to make the choices how to bring that to fruition. Okay, and also going into the future, we see the Three of Discs. So this is more hard work, but this is more like that work now that is able to just, it seems like it's flowing of its own accord, right? It's kind of just like you've created this thing now that is just able to function on its own. So this is you really getting the flow, really getting the system down, and getting your work going in such a way where it's just flowing smooth and nice, like a well-oiled machine. That's kind of what I think of when I see the Three of Discs here, especially in the Thoth Tarot. This is just, it's just that work, that functioning, that energy that is just like perpetually doing its thing and needs like minimal adjustment, minimal maintenance, and it's functioning and producing. And I think this is where you're going to be at, where you're just going to you're going to ride this wave, you're going to ride this chariot into the future, and it's just going to be rather smooth sailing. Things are going to just really, I think, get easier, but the work's going to be there. You're still going to have to work hard. So it's not going to get easier in terms of just sitting around doing nothing. No, you're still going to have to really, really work hard and utilize your energy. But I think you're going to ride this wave, and it's going to just be success upon success, and it's going to snowball into something just wonderful and terrific, and I think wildly successful for you. Aquarius, the final outcome, the long-term outcome, the kind of more distant future is this Two of Swords. I'm not sure exactly what this means, I'll be honest with you. I think this could be an indication that with all of this success and all of this real hope and optimism for the future, and this really kind of snowballing success, and the momentum really starts to pick up, I think at some point you're going to meet a crossroads, and you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to choose, door number one or door number two. I don't know what that decision is going to entail. I don't know if that is maybe something that you already kind of know. Maybe you already have a little bit of a hint or an intuition into what this might be in the future, but it does look like there's going to be a time coming where you're going to have to decide this way or that way, and there's going to be no ambiguity about it. You're going to have to really make the tough decision, really choose one or the other. I'm feeling like it's really going to be that crossroads, that kind of that fork in the road, where you're going to have to choose a direction, right? And so look for that coming. I don't know when. I think more distant future, couple of months, maybe even like a year down the road. But we'll see if in the extended version we can get a little more detail into this. And then maybe in the next weekly reading or the next monthly reading too, we'll get a little bit more info into what that choice might be for you. Aquarius, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. This was your monthly tarot forecast for September. If you want to watch the extended version, just become a member of the channel. All of the information is down in the description box, or I think there's a join button on the main channel page. Just hit that and you can do that. We will be here again next week for you, and next month as well, so be sure to tune into all of your forecasts, and like I said, for your sun, moon, and rising signs. Maybe watch all those videos to see if that puts this reading into an even greater context and gives you a more dynamic picture. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today.